Hi everyone, Jarrell from Sungrand here. Hey, thought it'd be pretty fun if we sort of took a look behind the scenes while we build a 50s diner. We'll be using Unity. We have all of our prefabs and assets already set up ahead of time. So what we're building today is the 50s diner in the Silver Falls games, The Frying Saucer. So anyone who's played Galaxy Bound Curse on the Game Boy might recognize this scene here. We have all of our actors. This is GB Studio, which we used to create Galaxy Bound Curse for the Game Boy, which you can download for free from silverfallsgame.com. You can play that on Game Boy hardware or any kind of emulator, so feel free to enjoy that. Now, we can see that it's quite simple. We have the sort of cooking area here. We have our sort of storage. We have an area with a fireplace for people to sort of hang out and warm up. We'll have a couch, some tables, and the diner here with the bar. And I'd like to imagine we can put a jukebox probably back here, somewhere around here. So we'll be looking at this image a bit. We'll be coming back to this to make sure that what we create um, with the 3D models sort of pretty accurately matches our pixel art here. Also, for anyone reading Heavy Shadow, um, you can sort of get a feel for the description of the diner as you read through that a little bit. So what I sort of want to do first is I want to build the front. We have these pieces here for the wall, so I want to use the window pieces here. Right, we're just going to drop these in. Now I know for a fact I'm going to have to flip those. And I'm sort of going to look, I've set the position of Z there at 0. So we're going to go ahead and set that at 0. You can see we've already got our starting wall there. I'm going to Control D to duplicate that. I'm going to put a -3 on that. And now we have the two front walls. So I'm just going to check my reference image for an idea of scale. We can see that we have the door that is in the dead center there. So what I'm going to do is run windows all along here. And then I might have windows extending here, but I'll have a solid wall here with no windows so that no one can peek into the bathroom while you are doing your business. Okay, let's go ahead and duplicate these again. I know that these go in factors of 3 meters, so we can duplicate that again, and we can run that there. So that seems to me like it's a pretty decent size for a diner. I want it to feel cozy. And the thing is, if the building is too big, it loses its sense of coziness. It's supposed to feel like a sort of a small um, country diner. So we're going to leave it there. And if I find that we do need to extend it a bit, because I think we might only be able to get 2 tables, a table there and a table there because of the seats, a table there and a table there. We might actually have to extend it a little bit. Go ahead and look at our reference image again. We have 3. So I've got a pretty good idea for the size. I'm going to just go ahead and fix that now before we end up having to redo a whole bunch of work. So my concern is that it's going to feel a little less cozy, but at the end of the day, I do want to have the right amount of tables in there to match the pixel art. Okay, now we want to get our corner pieces. So I've got corner windows. Okay, let's see. Might need to flip that to 180, and I think, what is this? 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I might need to put that 10.5. Now you can see the metallic on this is not correct. I'm going to go ahead and fix that. It seems to be using the wrong metallic map there, and there we go. I wanted this to look more closer to a painted surface to add some contrast to all the chrome that's in there. Otherwise, the chrome is a bit overpowering in terms of design. All right, let's go ahead and get this guy dropped in there as well. So here we go. All right, so it looks like that needs to be moved in 1 meter like that, and that's negative 11.5. There we go. Now, unfortunately, that's cut a bit funny there. I'm going to see if I can sort of cover over that with maybe some kind of design or a pattern of some kind, or a poster or a sign to sort of cover that, because it's not much I can do other than put in a lot of work to adjust it with the UV map. It's a lot of work that I don't really want to get into when there's so many other things that need attention in terms of development at the moment. Oh, oops, 270 there. All right, so let's see how we want to line that up. That's going to be 11.5. Okay, we got that at 2.5. There we go. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and duplicate that guy. We want to get 3 added on to that, so let's go ahead and put 5. And I think that's where I'm going to start the solid wall here. Okay, so I'm going to flip this guy around to 90 degrees. So we have the inside of the diner, and line it up just there so we have it nice and neat. So we're going to check our numbers again. That's 11.5 and 2.5. And you can see it is, again, we've got that bit of a funny seam there, but that's all right. Things in life are beautiful not because they are perfect, but because they persist despite their imperfections. Let's go ahead and look at this reference image again, because I do want to pay special attention to this area, and I might go ahead and have windows all the way through, because I think it would be nice to have a seating area at night. You can look out at the desert, you can enjoy sitting by the fire. Okay, let's go ahead and give that 8. And I think we're going to extend that one more time to 11, right? Ooh, zoomed out on the desert there. Okay, let's see here. Now I just want to find, go ahead and help me find my prefab here. And I want a wall. Here we go. I'll go ahead and do this. This is a little bit of a shortcut. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy component. I'm going to click on this new one, and I'm going to click paste component value. It's going to put it at the exact same place. That way I can go ahead and put a solid one there. And there we go. All right. Now 11. So let's see. I'm imagining putting, let's see, some tables here are going to be the booths. Then we're going to have tables inside as well. Let's go ahead and look at our reference image. Again, we don't have to be one-to-one with the reference image, but I did sort of imagine having tables here. I think we might be able to have one row, and maybe over here we can have another set of seats. And then we do have to set up the walls for the restrooms as well. We'll have the bar, we'll have a center wall here. So let's go ahead and finish marking out our perimeter here. I think that's going to need one more for the restrooms. All right, so let's go ahead and give that one more. That's it. Okay, and give that another one. Now we want to get our corner pieces. Let's go ahead, move our corner pieces down. What is that? 90? Okay, I'm just going to roughly set that up here. Now I should have created a tool that I can click up here that'll just sort of either snap these to a 0.5 or a 1. I haven't done that yet, but we all have dreams, and I dream of one day creating that tool. That would be very simple to create. This has gone a bit, that doesn't mean anything. It's got some funny things in there. I like to just bottom that out to 0 for some reason. That sort of pops in. Sometimes it doesn't really matter. Okay. And we now want to move corner bit to the other end. I think the bathrooms will occupy about that much space. Depending on where I put my walls, there's going to be plenty of room for seating, and I might add another couch in there and more lounge areas, just so it's something, a cool environment. I want it to feel like a cool place people would go to, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and just a cool place to hang out, catch up with your friends and family for a nice meal. Okay, then we just want to have some solid walls back here. Let's go ahead and set these out here so that we have so it's a bit difficult to tell with this sort of lighting, that the walls are actually a sort of, they're a pale blue, but they're being counterbalanced by this blinding sunlight that we have coming in. And then I wanted these sort of pink walls, borders, which I might lighten a little bit. I'd like it to be a little bit more pink to sort of represent the color scheme of the 50s and these sort of diners that we saw. Okay, we're going to make sure that's all lined up. Okay, looks good. And then our ceiling, will cap that off so we won't see any seams. Okay, now we have 6. We'll go ahead and duplicate 3. And again, the key shortcut I'm using is Control D is to duplicate. Okay, I was going to put -0 in there, but I don't want to blow up my computer. So let's just go ahead and take that out. Okay, 3, duplicate, 6, duplicate, 9. Okay, now I think that's looking pretty fun. Okay, this is me just spitballing here. I think it might be kind of fun to have a second story with a bit of an observation deck so people can sort of sit up top and they can sort of look out over the desert. So they have a bit of a view, which I think would be pretty neat. I hadn't really thought about it until just now, but I'm just thinking if I were to go to a place like this called the Frying Saucer, I think it would be really cool if there was a second story that they called the observation deck, and they say, "Oh, do uh, your UFO sighting, and you can sit up top and have your meal while you look out over the desert." So now I'm going to have to create a few extra modified pieces so I can have stairs that come up. I can have a door that comes up and some stairs. So I actually do want to do that now. So this takes place, this story takes place in the late 90s. There are no stairs here. Uh, there's no second story. So I can easily say it was added you know, in the past years in between the 90s and when the story takes place now. So I feel like this is a bit spacious. And I think I might cut it back a bit. But once I've got the walls in, and I start getting the cooking areas in, I think, excuse me, I think I'll get a better feel for that. But I don't want that to be a window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that component for the transform. I'm going to delete that, and now I'll grab my prefabs. I'm actually looking at well, actually a second and a third, fourth screen over here that has all my windows on it that hold all my important information that make it quite a bit easier to work. Okay, I will look for my corner. Let's see here. Well, corner, I can drop this literally anywhere, and I'm going to right click on there. I'm going to paste my component values. There we go. Fun times. Very good. I use the keyboard Control F. I quite like that because it sort of makes the camera latch on to that. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I missed one of the old key commands Unity used to have is double tap F, and if you move that, the camera would follow it. For some reason, they took that out. You have to hold F now and move it around. Not quite the same thing, though. Not as convenient. That back to normal. Okay, now I'm going to start populating the floor. Once I drop the floor in there, I'm going to start putting some furniture in, and then we can get a better feel for what is going in terms of size. I feel like it's gone back too far, and I'm pretty confident we are going to take out one wall here. So let's just find out. So where have we got our floor bits? All right. Let's see. Look through my list of prefabs. Let's look at my modules, eh? Interior, floor. Let's go ahead and drop that in there. I'm just going to reset this so it's a 0, 0. Now, where does it want us to be? I'm going to put half, okay? I'm going to put 1 meter. I'm going to put 1.5 meters. Okay, so now I've got a feel for where that is. Just want to make sure that has the box collider. It is static. Correct. Now, I want to make sure don't have any gaps here. And I think that's meant to be 0.5. Look at that. All right. Now we are running on 15 minutes. I think I might split this video up into another part. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed having a look at that. I'm going to start filling in these floors. And once I've got the floors filled in, tune in for part 2. Thanks for watching the Sungran channel, and I hope you had fun looking at me slapping some building parts together. All right, we'll see you guys again soon.